join hands and we welcome her. She's being led by the University Secretary, Mr. Vincent Katampora. Madam Vice Chancellor, you're most welcome. Professor Pauline Ikachibwika. And the word of prayer. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Edmund, come and lead us into the word of prayer. I don't know whether the DJ has a soundtrack. This is the time for you to shine now. Build a nation, difference of pride and never must be shine forever. And will believe my alma mater, only Mbarara University. Thank you so much, DJ. Let's have a word of prayer from Edmond. You can all come in and join us for a word of prayer. If Edmond is not around, then Rob can take it up.
Let us humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Lord, loving Father, would like to thank you for the gift of life. Would like to thank you for the gift of this day, such a beautiful day, that we are here to our incoming lead, the swearing in of our incoming leaders. Lord, in this way, we thank you so much for the gift of leadership, as we highly believe that leadership comes from you, Lord. We offer this day unto your hands, Lord Almighty Father. May you guide us, may you be with us, as our incoming leaders are swearing in. May you be with them, may you help them lead the way. May they serve our university with good spirit, so that everything they will be doing will be done to glorify your name. Lord Almighty Father, we thank you so much for the gift of outgoing leaders, the leaders who have served us wholeheartedly. We thank you so much for their efforts, for what they have done for our university, for the beauty of our university, and we pray that our university keeps shining high for your glory. And after all that will be done, we shall live to glorify your name. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, I've prayed.
Thank you very much, Penelope, Honorable Penelope, for taking us through that item. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you once again to this very big day, the long-awaited day, and I would like to appreciate all of you that have managed to turn up. I want to thank particularly the administrators that have spared time to come as of this big function. I would like to recognize other administrators that have joined us this afternoon. Like I had recognized the previous ones, we have been joined by the Chief Human Resource Officer, Mr. is here with us. You can wave to him. Thank you for coming. We have also been joined by the Senior Estates Officer. He's also here with us. You can wave to the team. We've been joined by the Procurement Officer of the University, Mr. Agri Ainebiona. You're most welcome. Congratulations. Friends in the house, we also have His Excellency Emeritus Dr. Umaru Muhumza here present. You can wave to the team, and thank you for coming. And in that regard, talking about...
Thank you so much, Mr. Modulator. The Vice Chancellor, Mbarara University of Science and Technology, Professor Paul Nibiachika Kubika, the University Secretary, Mr. Kwatampara Vincent, our patron, Mr. Chagaba Emmanuel, members of top management that are here with us, Your Excellency, the outgoing Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild, Her Excellency Alinda Daisy Kanchiruho, the Guild President-elect, Your Excellency Ariholake Rwabutulumba, the outgoing leadership, the outgoing cabinet, Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild, with the leader of the cabinet, Right Honorable Prime Minister Ninshaba Wilbrod, the incoming leaders-elect, that is the GRCs and the GRC secretaries, Sports Union Council, that is the 37 Sports Union Council, the incoming and the outgoing. Well-wishers that are here with us, good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Promise Mutwaile, the outgoing Guild Speaker. I'm a student doing a bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering in my 4th year. So I belong to this faculty that we are seated in. On 7th of May 2024, we were sworn in as leaders in the 36th Guild Government of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And I want to thank the Lord that I'm here today, still alive, and we're all here alive to witness the transition of power, to have the next leadership take charge for the next 1 year. We can give a round of applause to the Almighty for that. I'll be too brief because I have two speeches that are combined. That is the speech of the good speaker and the speech of the chairperson National Commission. Well, let me move to the speech of the good speaker. As I said, I was elected as the leader of the House, of the 37th Must Good House on the 7th of May. And I didn't take it for granted that the outgoing good leadership of Must, especially the GRCs, gave me a mandate to lead them as the good speaker of that House. And I'm very sure that I've delivered. Where I've not delivered, I will still send my apologies. But I expect the incoming leadership to do better than I did. Thank you so much. I had a 6-point agenda where I achieved 5 of them. And it's only one that I didn't achieve, though it was also in process. That was the guild trip to Tanzania, but we had prepared it. Yes, and the plans were very successful, were only limited by the funds, and I believe with proper planning, the incoming leadership will do it better. Yes. Us not having it is not that we never had funds, but we didn't budget well for it. So the incoming leadership, you can utilize the little funds that you'll be having and make sure that you deliver. I trust the incoming speaker. Members of top management that are here, we want also to tell you that this House, the 37th, already has the guild speaker and the deputy speaker who passed unopposed. Yes, he's right over there. And the deputy speaker is also inside. I saw him around. He's there seated at the back. Yeah, so I would hand over to you, but constitutionally it is not accepted. So wait for your time tomorrow. I'll hand over to you. Yes. And still on the good speaker position, I'm so grateful for the support that we received as the 36 Guild Council from the university. All of our meetings were fully funded. All of the meetings that we had were fully funded. Yeah, GRCs got their refreshments, they got their allowances. Yes. As the 36 Mass Students Guild, there was no meeting that wasn't funded. All the meetings that we had, they were funded. Yeah, so we don't take it for granted, and I believe we shall always cooperate with the incoming guild leaderships, not only this one, but also in the future, to always see that these people are always smiling, even as they try to lead without any pay. But their efforts are always recognized. Yes, I also want to thank, in a special way, the Office of the University Chancellor. Thank you so much for standing with us in all that we've been passing through as the good leadership. The Office of the University Secretary. So we are so much grateful. You became a mentor to us and at the same time a parent, especially to me as a person. Yeah, so if you're always seeing Miss Mate, that's the man that I benchmark from, and he's my mentor. He's ever in suits, and I believe so I've not disappointed. I've always also been putting on suits. Yes. Then to our patron, the senior mentor of all of them, the person that we always disturb day in, day out as the guild, students guild, and also the student body in general. So we are so much grateful, and thank you so much for always persevering and allowing all our discussions, even when they are not feasible, but you try to listen to them and still guide us the right way we should always do. Yes, sir, we appreciate. Together with your office, the Office of the University Bursar, of course, that's the office that we work with directly, and I loved it. So, sir, we hope that the next leadership will also love it more. Then, to the Office of the Academic Registrar, that lady has become a parent and a mother to many of us that are here. The lady right over there, she has always given us an 80% tuition balance for most of us to sit for exams. And I hope this time round, His Excellency Aloholake and your regime you push it to 50%. Yes. But the people who are recording, it should be off record. I'm sorry, but as students, we also demand for that. It's quite disappointing for a student to sit here for the 3 months and doesn't sit for his or her exams. At least with that favor, at least we can always go with it. Whether 10% or 90%, we shall always appreciate. Thank you so much, Dr. Choshaba, for always standing with us. Yes, Her Excellency Alinda Daisy Kanchuruho, I have nothing to talk about you but to appreciate you for your visionary leadership that you have portrayed in the 36 Students Guild and in the entire of the Master Fraternity. You've led as an example, and I believe you are one of the people that inspired the 37th to take on leadership roles in the next government. I don't take it for granted. As a person, as the Guild Speaker, at least I served with you, and I don't believe I would have had any other Guild President apart from you to serve with. Thank you so much, Her Excellency. Yes, my Guild Speaker speech was about appreciation, and I'm done. Yes. Moving forward to the speech from the Chairperson Electoral Commission. On the 21st of March, we started the electoral process by dissolving the 36 Guild House. That's when we started this process of the electoral. That's when we started the electoral process, and it was a free, fair, and transparent one. On the 4th of April, we elected the GRCs into their respective positions. We have a total of 54 honorable GRCs representing their courses and their areas of residencies here with us, and they are ready to be sworn in. We also elected 43 GRC secretaries into their respective offices, and a total of 12 sports and games faculty representatives from each faculty, each faculty having 2 representatives, that is a male and a female. And I believe they are also here with us. And the 12 faculty representatives were joined by the captains, 12 team captains of the recognized sports at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, making it a total of 24 that made the 37 Sports Union Council. So, and I believe they are here with us. The outgoing Sports Union chairperson is also here with us, Honorable Robin. Yeah, he's amidst us. Then, I don't know, is the incoming Sports Union here? He's coming. Okay. Yes, that was followed by the election of the Sports Union Executive, where we had the 6 positions, that is the chairperson, finance secretary, general secretary, advisor, technical director, and which other sports? Papristi, yes. Those were the people that were elected into the Sports Union Council Executive, and I believe they are also here to be sworn in. Next to that, we went to the presidential election that happened on the 11th of April 2024. It happened in all the campuses of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, that is Mbarara University Town Campus, Kihumuro Campus, then our mother institutions, that is Marago Campus and Jinja Campus. They also participated in the entire electoral process. In the voting of their GRC leaders, we have 2 per each campus, that is Marago and Jinja. We have a GRC and a secretary, then plus the campuses that were here. This election took place in 16 polling stations, which were all over the campuses, and only 2 candidates were nominated for this position, that is the position of the Guild President. That was Mr. Ariholake Wabutulumba from the Faculty of Medicine, pursuing a Bachelor's of Medicine and Bachelor's of Surgery. Then Mr. Sebiatika Henry from the Faculty of Science, pursuing a Bachelor's of Education, Physical. Yes, out of the 6,231 registered mass students, only 3,631 turned up and had to cast their vote on that very day, and leading to a percentage turn-up of 58.7%. Yeah, of the students who turned up to choose their leaders on the 11th. A total of 2,600 registered voters didn't turn up. Yes, from the elections, on the day of voting, the returning officer had to declare the results, and Aliholake Wabutulumba managed to come out with 2,158 votes from all the polling stations, and Viatika Henry also got 1,473 valid cast votes from all polling stations. As per the election results, Mr. Aliholake Wabutulumba was declared the winner of the 37th Guild Government of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and he's here with us. Congratulations, sir, Your Excellency, Aliholake Wabutulumba. Okay. Today, on the 29th of April 2025, we are here, all of us, to witness the swearing in of the Guild President, honorary members of the 37th Guild House, Sports Union Executive, and the Sports Union Council. Amidst us is the Vice Chancellor, where constitutionally it is that for the Guild President to be sworn in, it should be in the presence of the Vice Chancellor or his or her representative. And I'm very much happy that she is here herself. Thank you so much, sir. Hey, madam, for being here with us. I'm sorry. Yeah, I also noted a few things that I needed to give out to the incoming leadership, especially to the Electoral Commission, Dean of Students, and the top management. I want to bring to you that the Electoral Commission, especially the electoral officers, need more of the trainings, at least more than 2, for them to be equipped with more skills on how to handle the election. Much as we had a successful event, I also want to bring to your attention that we faced a lot of challenges as the Electoral Commission, also as the students' body. That wasn't attributed to the fact that we weren't trained, but we had more trainings, but we need more and more for these people to always know what to do and when to do it. Then secondly, I also request the office of the AR, especially with the incoming cohort, that is the August intake, to always help us in registration of students in different residential areas. Yes, as the EC, we face a lot of challenges, especially in registering people to participate in the election of GRCs from residential areas. How does this come? I go to register a student in Boma, I find a friend in the same room, and that friend is also registered, of which the friend stays in Kihumuro. So that person appears in 2 registers, Kihumuro and this campus. It is always too hard for those people to be eliminated. So I request the office of the AR to always assist us in registering their residential areas. Yes, that can help us. I know it is something difficult, but we can try to devise means on how we can have that, because if we benchmark from other institutions, they've always done that, and the residential area election has always been a success. I want to bring to your attention that Mbarara University of Science and Technology, Students Guild, especially during the election, the pressure that we face is always coming from the residential area GRC leaders. You find people all over 600 are in one residential area. When you go there to check, they are even less compared to that number. Then, as you can see, we are having two houses here, the two guild leadership, the incoming and the outgoing. But from the look of things, yes, even when the outgoing has not turned up to the maximum, the 37th guild house is something too big. Yes, I tried to achieve it in my regime, but it wasn't achieved because time had already gone. I want to bring to your notice that this house is too big. We need to do something, especially the incoming guild leadership, the number of GRCs and the secretaries. Yes, we are actually exceeding the maximum. Let us not do it the other way around, where constituencies are being created every day. Yes. The where is not needed here. Yes, I want to thank the MAS students for participating in the MAS 2025 guild elections, and I believe we chose the best of our choices to make the work of the guild leadership move on smoothly in the next 1 year. Second, I want to thank the Electoral Committee that tirelessly gave in all their time amidst the academic journey to see this come to an end. And from time to time, without denial, away from the start of the elections, up to today that we are handing over as the guild leadership. I want to send my sincere thanks to the Mbarara University of Science and Technology top management, led by Professor Pauline Biachika Chiwika, for the support given to us throughout the entire process. Then to all who passed through the electoral process successful, I wish you the best term of office in the next leadership of Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild. I remain Promise Muthaile, the outgoing guild speaker. Thank you so much.
Many thanks to you, Right Honorable Emeritus. I should say, I don't know whether this is the right time, but you should prepare for such titles. Emeritus, Right Honorable Speaker, Promise for taking us through that detailed highlight. And I can confidently say that you have scored. And for that matter, therefore, let's give him and the government he was representing another big round of applause. Thank you very much. As we prepare for the next item on the agenda, dear administrators, dear honorable members in the House, let us take the honor to recognize the presence of a very special man who is very key to one of the members in the House, and he's none other than Mr. Kamkama Stephen. He's the father to the newly elected 37th Guild President. Sir, you're most welcome. Thank you for turning up to witness such a milestone of your son and, of course, yours as his father. This is something very commendable. And dear colleagues, I now would like to invite the outgoing chairperson, Sports Union, Honorable Robinson, to come and also give us a highlight of all that they went through during his tenure of office, and probably let us know all that we need to know, and as far as his term of office is concerned. Thank you so much, and you're welcome.
Yeah, the Vice Chancellor present. The University Secretary is present but has moved out. The Dean of Students, who is our patron. The AR, who I personally know her as a mother. She knows that. Top management present. The 36 Guild President, Her Excellency, Her Excellency Chanjihiro, that's that name. The incoming, or the 37th Guild President, Ariholaki Rabaturumba, at least I've mastered that name. The 37th Guild House, the 36th Guild House. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Opongo Robin Echam, the 36th Chairperson Sports Union. On the 7th of May 2024, in this very house, I was sworn into my term of office, of which I began with very, very wonderful, very, very energetic and passionate sportsmen and sports ladies in the 36th Sports Union Council. I'm very happy to having served and achieved, at least I can boldly and confidently say, over 85% of what we had put on our work plan has been achieved. I want to bring to your attention that the Sports Union, amidst all the guidance, the support from top management, especially the Dean of Students Office, the sports tutor, we have achieved a couple of activities, like one of it is connecting MUST as a university with all other Western universities in line with sports. We all know of the association that was recently started, the Western Universities Sports Leaders Association, of which I'm its president. All by the grace of God, I was able to at least champion its establishment. We have also participated in the University Football League, of which, yes, MUST participated. It wasn't so easy for the university football team to make it out of group stages, but I believe with all the experience we have had, we can be able to move further. We also had the East African competitions that happened in December, hosted by Kenya, Maseno. We participated there and had over 50 participants from MUST that were transported there. We were a delegate of over 60, of course accompanied by the Dean of Students Office, the tutor and the rest. We have also had interfaculty competitions. Yes, this has always happened, and we successfully had that. We had the first round last semester and the second round this semester. For the very first time, Dean of Students, we had Olympics, by the way, at MUST. I call it Olympics because we had a couple of activities on that day, and it has never happened before. And also we had swimming competitions. I believe all of us know MUST doesn't own any swimming pool, but we had to partner with Las Vegas Hotel. We had swimming competitions for the first time in the history of MUST. I can boldly say that. And we have a national champion, a swimmer, and is the captain. And I believe with the numbers, the growing numbers of MUST, we shall have swimming incorporated amongst the recognized sports. As we speak, we are going to even be hosting more competitions for as far as swimming is concerned. Then we also had Scrabble Titans competitions twice, and I can awesomely and courageously say we have had champions, we have been crowned champions of the Titans here in Uganda, and the captain in his absence, I don't know whether he's here, but the captain of Scrabble is one of those, I can say, top 5 Ugandan Scrabble players who was actually delegated to represent Uganda in Kenya recently, actually last week. Then we also had the introduction of cultural gala for the very first time, where different cultural associations came up and themselves, and the Bankosa guys matched winners, beating the Luo. I'm confident the president is here, the cultural gala champions. We also had Independence Cup. We participated in the Independence Cup, the volleyball team. We are a diverse university. We have very many games. The volleyball team participated in the Independence Cup. We have had Western Volleyball League, Basketball League, all those we participated. Jovac Basketball Championship, we also participated. The Mind Games Internal Championship, which were open, where we engaged with external communities. We welcomed high school players and, of course, participants from outside. So the Mind Games, I talk about chess and Scrabble. So we also had table tennis open championships. We had rugby competitions last semester majorly. This semester we didn't have so much engagement as far as rugby is concerned. Then we also had introduction of Kihumuro League by the Kihumuro students. For the very first time, we have had 2 consecutive leagues, last semester and this semester. And this is the very first time it has happened. We also had karate reinforcement. Yes, we have had karate, but for the very first time, we had karate, and how I wish we had a much better platform. I would have played the video here. We have quite a number of talented students as far as karate is concerned. So next time when you are recruiting security, we have our own students. Bodyguards, we have our own students, the karate. So it's to the office of the VC, please tell the council members, top management, we have karate experts at must now. Thank you so much. Then we also participated in the 7th Southwestern Uganda Water and Environment Week, which is organized by the Ministry of Water and Environment as must. We participated, we went and took part in their games. We came as semi-finalists. We were beaten in the semi-final. Yeah, it is not to say that we were always beaten, but that was a way we could engage and at least put the image of must as far as saving the environment is concerned, at least. So we had a number of other achievements, like for the very first time, very many students have engaged in mass sports. I can tell you, the ladies, when we had the Western Universities tournament, we had a women football. And by the way, to tell you more about that, we are the ones who hosted it, and it's the first of its kind. The second edition will be next semester, where we shall hand over to the next leaders too, for as far as Western University sports is concerned. Then another thing is the opening of the volleyball court, the second one at the science block. We have had challenges before where the volleyball team and the basketball team collide with the same court when they want to train. So in case they're heading into competitions, it's hard to balance the two. So we opened a new volleyball court, science block, and at least we balance the two and make sure that both the basketball team and the volleyball team, they have ample time for training. And that's the reason actually you saw this very weekend, our basketball team was able to beat some team, I've forgotten its name, but at a margin of 28. That was the difference. So that is because of the continuous training and access to the pitch. That is, for Comoros is football, we shall reach there. For Comoros is football. Yes, that takes me to the next achievement. as a regime, we were able to connect with, of course, international bodies. The reason we had the weekend branded Comoros. Yeah, they came and they were lucky to get one goal, which was a penalty. And we ended up having a draw. And as I speak, the goal scorer of that game for Must was actually me. Yeah, so we have to lead by example. Why wouldn't the chairperson score in his own court? So I had to make sure I scored, and they were lucky. Our referee was, I think, bought and gave them a penalty to give them energy to climb the plane to go back to Comoros. Next semester, we are boarding to go to Comoros. We have to pay back. So I believe the new sports union, the finance is right there. Please, in the budget, put a flight to Comoros for the university team. Thank you so much. So yeah, amidst all these achievements, I can name it till morning because the regime has really done a lot. But we also had some challenges. We can't say it was a smooth ride. And the ups and downs are the same all over, but there are some unique ones. One is of course, readjustments to the new guild financial regulations. Ever since, of course, the account shifted to the to the students, automatically it came with some challenges, one of which was the regulations which was handed over to us by the Bursar's office in the middle of, almost in the middle of our term, that somehow confused us somehow. But I'm very happy that we readjusted along the way and things moved smoothly. I'm very, very thankful to his office for the guidance. Then also the tight schedules to at least accommodate all activities. I remember saying we have accomplished 85% of what we had planned for. So it means that the 15% weren't planned for, that weren't accomplished. That is due to the, first of all, the time schedules, because in the middle of the time you have mid-semester, and before you know it, end of semester, you can't have all activities, because the primary goal as to why we are here is majorly academics and get our papers to go and live outside there. Then we have also mobilization of ladies to participate. Here it's a problem and a challenge. We are yet to really get to the root cause of all this. I don't know why ladies, back at high school, I really see competitions, numbers, ladies come to participate, but once they reach campus, I'm yet to ascertain why they leave out sports. A few of them come in and participate. So we have had issues with mobilization of ladies. Then one of the big things that we have always frequented office, especially Dean of Students office, is motivation of sportsmen and women. The reason mass sports has been lagging behind, and the reason actually I came to this office in the first place was to improve on mass sports. And being in this office helped me look deeper and analyze why really must, for as far as is concerned, is not really recognized. One is motivation of the sportsmen and women. Yes, we have academia, but we are in the Ministry of Sports, Education and Sports. So I wish we could be able to balance the two and also grant some scholarships or sponsorships to these high schoolers who really are vibrant as far as sports is concerned. And also, not to forget, I request, before I hand over, of course, at least I have some small powers, and within some, like these minutes, I can request the Dean of Students office in line with the AR's office. This is very important. We have HEC students who were part of us in the competitions, especially in the East African Games and UF, who are very, very vibrant. And I request that we give them a listening ear and retain them next year, because I believe HEC is a bridging course. If we can retain them, the few that we can be able to support, because we are not asking for them to be sponsored, we are just requesting for them to be retained at least, such that we don't have those loopholes created, one of which is a very good defender. Our defender, we can't lose him because he helped us a lot, not concede. Not concede a lot of goals. And also the other one is an athlete, a long runner. Literally, we were meant to go with him for the East African competitions, but we were short of funds to add on more people on top of the 50 we took. But I believe with consideration from two officers have aired out, we could retain them and have these students still keep up and give us the motivation they have always done. So then to the new cabinet, it's not an easy one. And the sports union executive with the leadership of the chairperson, who is now here, the new one. It's not easy. We have achieved some of which we haven't. It's your task and your mandate to move our agenda. I request that the things we have started that are positive, they shouldn't be deleted or erased. We shall hold you accountable in case. And I request that enough and you add on more to make sure that sports at must is built. Then another thing is proper planning. Yes, we had our early planning amidst all these challenges of the financial regulations, but I request the new cabinet, the new sports executive, to make sure that they plan early activities early and make moves as planned. So, yeah, it has been a very, very hectic regime, but would it happen without all these? For example, the top management is the leadership of the dean of students had would be passed to the next regime and activities will flow as smoothly as possible. Thank you so much, sir. Then to the 36 Guild President, thank you so much. We have gone through a lot, me and you, as a regime together. Yes, I can't say she was alone. We have visited offices, we have guided each other, we have helped each other out and moved this journey. And I believe it is a success for both of us to hand over. One of the biggest success to a leader is to hand over. Some people don't even make it to their handover, but we have handed over now. And the achievements we have had, I believe the must fraternity, they have witnessed. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. So as I conclude, I wish the incoming cabinet and sports union executive and council a successful regime, and please look up to those that you're succeeding. Look for the positive ones. The negative ones, please let them out because we want to keep building. Thank you so much. Hala must sports. Succeed we must for God and my country.
Thank you so much, Honorable Robinson, for leading by example and scoring that goal that saved must. That was one of my takeaway points, and I would like to congratulate you and your dear team for serving must through the sports fraternity. We are highly humbled. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say that we are behind schedule by an hour, but allow me to recognize the following people that joined us as we prepare for the next item on the agenda. We have Ms. Sheila Ninye Tuinamasko, the International Relations Officer of MAST, is here with us. Thank you so much for coming. We've also been joined by other members of the Ravuturumba family. I would like to request them to wave to us so that the people get to know you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, so the Sports Union Chair-elect, Stuart Agawa, also joined us along the way. So you're most welcome and congratulations. Dear friends, let's now prepare and welcome the outgoing Guild President, Her Excellency Arinda Daisy Kanchiruho, to come and speak to us. Thank you. Your Excellency, you're most welcome. The floor is yours.
Finally. Praise God. Praise God. Why I'm saying finally, because when you start a regime, you pray to God that you end a regime. Above all, I thank God I could make it to today's handover. I came in this morning and I prayed to God because campaigns have started, I'm up and down, but I prayed to God, I come and I hand over what He had given to me with a heart of gratitude to each and every person that ran this race with me. A bit emotional, so. First of all, I thank the Almighty God for the opportunity of serving in Mbarara University of Science and Technology. My leadership journey started as a GRC Civil Engineering, where by God's grace, I got appointed as the Vice Guild President, and still by God's grace, I was voted in as the 36th Guild President. And I will never take that for granted. I will forever appreciate God. I will forever appreciate the students of MUST for entrusting me. Sitting in the University Council twice is not something small to me. I am really, really humbled. I want to start by thanking the Chair University Council in his absence. He has been a father to me. He has helped to mold me, to tell me where I'm wrong, and to tell me where I'm right. I want to especially thank the Vice Chair, to the incoming Guild President, and any person who will go to the University Council. I would recommend that you look out for Madame Sarah. She's one of the most intelligent and able to reach and student pro people as far as the University Council is concerned. So I believe if you sit with her, converse with her, you're going to go far. I want to thank the entire University Council for allowing us to grow, for telling us what is right and wrong, for also bending to some of the things we request from them. We don't take it for granted. I want to thank the Senate. Senate has done so much for us, but I believe it's one of those silent bodies that not many people acknowledge, but Senate is the reason we are here. In a special way, I want to thank the Vice Chancellor. I believe the people who saw the previous one, and maybe others who got to saw the other one, can tell that she's really interested in students. You can all notice that she will come and sit through our functions and move through them without any sign of boredom in her eyes, and actually take notes that she considers truthfully. I would love also to thank the Almighty that I got to witness the first female Vice Chancellor of the university. I will forever have that on my heart, and I pray that your term of office will be one that's unique and one that will stand out above everyone else. I want to thank the university secretary. Now it's emotional. I want to thank the university secretary. Robin can testify, Prime Minister can testify. We have moved in offices. But I want to thank the university secretary. I want to thank the university bursar. I want to thank the entire finance team. It has been quite hard to handle because we didn't have the set out guidelines of the finance. Things kept on changing. You would bring things, I said, no, go back, do this. And it seemed like a tiresome routine, but I thank the Lord that they have withstood us and have been patient and have taught us. To the incoming regime, I ask that you define the new regulations of the finance. Please understand the process of procurement, the process of auditing, and the process of consulting from the Dean's office. I believe that's when you'll have a smooth running of activities. AR, that one is also emotional. I don't know how many times I've been in her office pleading. I remember the first time, it was immediately I was sworn in, I was on pressure. I'm like, now students are going to come and they want to sit for exams. So I'm like, madam, please. I remember sitting in her office, she was like, those things, no. But she eventually allowed us, and people sat. And I'm not talking about few numbers, I'm talking about enough numbers. And what makes it special for my regime is that she gave me this opportunity twice, because you communicate. The level of communication you have with administration is what will enable you achieve some things or the favor coming in for you. So to the incoming guild, I pray that you will sit with Madame Martha and consult from her. There are so many things that you will understand from her, because she's not only an administrator, she's a mother, and everyone can say that about her. A special thank you goes to our dear Dean and our Deputy Dean. The Dean's office has always been our leaning stone. It's where we go to for anything, and it's through them that we are recommended to get things. So I ask that you work hand in hand with them and verify from them. The challenge that we are having as leaders, I think I had a challenge at the start. I'll always be able to speak on my weaknesses, whereby you would skip protocol. When you skip protocol and you move to maybe the US, of course, maybe you have people you communicate to much better, but in the end, you would prefer going through the steps. So I pray that starting with your regime, you will go through the Dean's office and they will be the ones to Also, I want to thank members of top management, most especially Professor Nixon. I know he's not around, and I know he's in his last phase of office. And Professor Kazova, I don't know if you find any cool person like Prof. Professor Kazova will dance for you and smile. And still, he made our life easy. He gave us an office, a guild office in Kihumuro, which is going to be in the FCI building. The next regime will have that honor of officially opening it, but as far as allocation is concerned, they've already given it to us. I want to congratulate the new guild president, His Excellency Lucky Rabturumba. Leadership will always come from the Lord. Humans may vote, but God has already decided from day one. In whatever you do, trust God and trust your instincts. Run your government, don't allow people to run your government, but work as a team with your house. Sit in your regime and make them feel noticed. Make them feel like it's teamwork more of you being the head. There are times when I would leave the work to the ministers or some JRCs, not because I don't want to do it or I can't do it, but it's for someone to feel that they also had a part of the regime. So lead with heart, but also lead with knowledge. I want to thank the 36th regime. You people outdid yourselves in the little that we could do. I want to start with thanking the speaker. I think he delivered according to the previous regimes. I think people had a very open relationship with him, and it wasn't more of a superior relationship. I want to thank my vice guild. He's not around. Having 2 campuses and managing them is not something small. I want to thank the Lord that in his quietness and humbleness, he has managed to run the best in this regime. Prime Minister, you have a special place in my heart. May God bless you for everything that you have done. I think the 36th can, not in that way now, not in that way. I want to thank you because you have run the government so well, and where you people noticed, we bless the Lord. Where you didn't, we ask for forgiveness. I want to appreciate the chief and lady fresher. I think they can stand up for recognition. Oh, you're shy. Yeah. There are still members in the new guild, but I want to appreciate the 2. We have seen many chief and lady freshers come in, but they were actively very active in all the activities. Freshers Ball, they were there, they gave it their all, even other activities. So may God bless you and continue mentoring the new ones that will come in to know that it's not just a position, but something that you actually have to have and serve. Chairman Sports Union, anyone can testify that Robin has done a wonderful job. As far as the sports union is concerned, it has never been as vibrant as this. If you have not participated, the challenge is on your end. So still, now I'm going to go into some of the things we did. I'm sorry, women, we overtalk, okay? I will start by a special when the supplementary budget came in, thanks for like years. By the way, it was a miracle. I really want to thank the new VC, the new US. You people, it's good to be new, eh? There is that vibrant thing. Eh? So I pray that you also catch on to that fire. These people really mean well. We have an increment, and actually also part of the people who advocated for this, we didn't advocate for it alone. Part of the people who advocated for this, I want to thank the Dean's Office. There's an increment of the government students allowances from 800 to 1.2. I hope I'm saying the correct figures. All I know, there's an increment. Yeah, then I want to appreciate the FCI handover. Finally. I remember starting my regime, I didn't want a strike, and then FCI showed me, if you don't start, we shall start for you. But I want to appreciate the administration and top management who have actually worked hand in hand with SNEC to finish the building. Right now they're on furnishing and completion, and I believe the next cohort, by God's grace, the next intake is going to have that building. The completion of pumping of water in Kihumuro, may God bless you, estates. We had also, and still under estates, there is a plan to increase storage by 150,000. Okay. I want to appreciate Senate. Last year they presented under Madam Martha. They presented during the Senate sitting the allocation of slots for different faculties. We honestly thought as first they would consider other faculties since first we are still a growing faculty. But I would like to appreciate that when the dean spoke, we were in that meeting and they agreed, and I believe this cohort is the first to receive first slots. So I appreciate you, Madam Martha and your team. Thank you for advocating. May God bless you. For the first time in history, all ministries of the regime participated and they had activities. For example, we had the orientation of year ones. That was a general activity. And I urge the next leadership to kindly help and participate with the dean's office to orient the year ones. They are going to need a lot of things. Please actively participate and help them. We had the interfaculty debate, which was the first of its kind, thanks to the Ministry of Gender and the Ministry of Justice. Medicine faculty came out victor in this interfaculty debate. We had a malpractice campaign. When I came in as a guild, we had 30 students who were suspended or given different punishments due to malpractice. It was upon us to alert students and campaign against this behavior that has grown in different faculties, most especially FAST. And I am happy to report that in the following meeting, we had a decline from the 30 to 7 students. And I believe this regime will be able to polish all the 7 off. We're able to achieve, as a regime, to have an UNS and class presidents, whereby following these meetings, the associations that came to us for help, we actually funded associations like BUMPSA, I hope I'm saying it correctly, Medicine Association, the Association of SPE. So all these associations were actually facilitated from the guild. We had a very good health week. We appreciate the ministry, Lord.
I would love also to appreciate the fact that for the first time, external campuses, Ginger and Mulago, were given funds to hold their activities. They also had activities, they had welcoming parties, and they really appreciated. Though on this, I would recommend for the administration to set out as well, whereby money was still at our early stages and hadn't understood the requisition process as well. And money was given to us late, but we managed to pull off one of the best Freshers' Ball. DSTV subscription. For the first time, I believe people in Kihumuro can testify that subscription has been headache. We end up paying our students or collecting money and funding ourselves. But for both campuses, there's been continuous subscription of DSTV. A new TV was bought for the Gents Flat town campus. A printer was also bought. What we couldn't achieve, forgive me. We had skilling weekends. This was a personal initiative. No fund was used from your end. We had a skilling weekend. Why did I pick skilling? We noticed that our especially the new curriculum advocates for someone to know a skill. So we had skilling Saturdays, whereby people would come and learn, and we're happy to say that those Saturdays were very eventful and people learned a lot. On this note, I want to appreciate Honorable Brittany, who actively participated in this. Sexual abuse. In my regime, it's something shy to talk about, but I pray that the next regime will take it up more seriously. We had counseling of different students, and we appreciate the Dean's Office for coming through and helping us with such cases. But there were some that didn't want to report and felt abuse. It was more of favors being done for them. So I ask that the Guild Office will be an office whereby students can come and open up to you. And when things exceed your mandate, reach out to the Dean's Office and the counseling sector, and you'll be able to work on some issues. Drug abuse has been an issue, and in Kihumuro it's increasing. We were doing some investigations, and we have some names of some people who supply. Please, this is a warning. If you know a friend who supplies, or you are the supplyee, please stop. Because that one is a personal thing that I'm doing, and we have so far landed some names, but we are looking for more evidence on these people. You see, drug abuse, if you are to have people who have faced drug addiction come and talk to you, you will understand the issue that comes around with drug abuse. I know we undergo stress, I know you try to look for something to relieve you, but you can talk to a friend, be your neighbor's keeper. But on a serious note, I pray that the next regime will have more and more effect on this issue of drug abuse. Publicity of policies, I want to thank the Ministry of Education for ably publicizing all the policies that are important as far as our university is concerned. This has helped students to know, so that when you're caught on the wrong end of things, you wouldn't complain. I could go on and on. I want to thank the administration for listening to the plea of the recess, the medicine students when they complained about the recess term. This was something we started in the first semester, but when they stood up, people actually paid attention. Though it was raised, there was a there was a slight removal of amount, which is now 600, as you'll be informed. And I pray that the next regime can do better on this amount, given the fact that you are new. You see, I think I will, yeah, the rest are many things that we did, but they will be in the handover report that will be presented to the new guild. One thing I can say, the recommendation is communication. Know your communication patterns, know which office to deal with, and understand policies. Government students, first semester Ren, we tried follow up, but you need to know that there is a point where it reaches and it's beyond administration. There is no way, no, there is no way, as students we can try and hand in on time. What we always advocate for is handing in your details on time. If the dean's office receives majority of the names, I remember entering leadership and I was really excited about, wanting to push, that money is got on time. But you realize that when you go to the dean's office, there are like 5 names present, 3. So they can't go and requisite for just 5 members, then wait for the others to come midway. You understand? So please, I tried to raise the issue of having your own GRC during our GRC sittings, and people said no. So what was given that the education minister should be in charge of making sure that the government students at least are aware to hand in on time. Even the leadership of government students, you have a president, you should be able to communicate, you hand in your details on time, and that will enable a smooth running. Because if the dean presents the list, the university secretary's office forwards it, then it's up to the finance department, the Ministry of Finance to release. So there it's beyond their control. You get it? Patience and discipline. With leadership, it comes with patience, listening to people, whether you like what people want to persuade you to do or not. You need to look around it and know how you will handle it in the most professional way. Be disciplined and be actively communicating with the administration. I will always repeat this as a vice guild. I repeated this as a guild, outgoing guild. I repeat this. The moment you don't learn how to communicate with the administration, they can also be tough. This, I don't say it out of just wanting to do a joke. You can do research on the different regimes that have been through this university. So, come with your facts, sit in the university, come with your facts, present them to your guild president, present them to any other member. Remember, the guild president sits on the finance committee, and the other representative sits on the estates. So if it's something to do with the finance, communicate to your guild president. If something it's to do with the estates, communicate to that other representative. Above all, make use of your leaders. JRCs, please don't sit in house. You'd receive complaints from people like a normal student who's not a JRC. We don't have electricity in hall. And you say, what has happened to the JRC? Why aren't they communicating? You call them, I am not sure. You get? So the guild cannot come and know what is in hall and know what is in physiotherapy. It's you people to work as a team. Communicate. Go on the platform, you put something out, you be like, this is actually not right. And having facts and defending,
I remember this one is very key as far as the council is concerned. You can't just come and say, I want this to be removed. We have different policies, we have how they are run, and you have to follow a procedure and also do research on some of the universities that actually are alongside with us. If you have your facts straight, they will actually listen to you. But if you come on the point of being defensive and wanting to show that maybe you know a lot, there will be a problem. That being said, I want to say congratulations to the incoming regime. I can't mention everything, but we have tried to be able to work as a regime. We apologize for the guild trip. It wasn't funded. We apologize for any other thing that we might have done. And clearly, your new guild president will receive everything and a briefing, and it will be able to explain the different things. One thing for sure, you don't have any debt left. You are coming in as a regime without a debt. You are coming in as a regime with new faces and with new energy. Just work with your guild president and speaker and work as one to achieve the end of the 37th. Welcome to leadership. Succeed, we must.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency Emeritus. You need more time? Briefly.
I forgot to remember something. Please prioritize what you spend on. For example, there are some things that will benefit you as a house, but won't benefit the people outside. You get? That is why, like, for example, when we had the first budgets, we have the sports union budget, we have the speaker's budget, we have the guild budget. They are separate. As much as you think it's one, there are different activities that take part. You get? But please have priorities. There are some things like IDs, T-shirts, you don't need to touch on guild money. And I stand here in front of maybe the university bus and the dean. No money was requisited for those two items. It was a personal delivery to the 36th because I believed some things are not supposed to be prioritized. They may seem exciting. You wear that shirt, it will get old, but it won't help any other mass student. So prioritize in the things you spend on. Succeed, we must.
Indeed, succeed we must. Thank you so much, Madam President. You need to practice getting used to titles of Emeritus President. Well done, well done. Okay, well done, and thank you for sharing knowledge to the incoming House for free. So I invite you to clap for her once again as she prepares to rest from her duties. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recognize the presence of the BSU fraternity that are here in the house. Thank you for coming to witness this swearing-in ceremony, and you could wave to us. I would also like to recognize the presence of the person we maybe could have been here to celebrate in the position of 37th Guild President, and that is none other than Mr. Sebiatika Henry. Thank you for that spirit, and thank you for coming to witness this. Thank you. I would also like to recognize the presence of the 35th Emeritus Guild Speaker, Right Honorable Jonathan Anyine, is also in the house. Colleagues, the presence of all these leaders is a testament to what we can achieve as leaders. And all that said, as we prepare for the next item on the agenda, which is the swearing-in ceremony, I would like to invite the 35th Guild Speaker, who is already in the house, to come and take us through the next item as my co-MC. You're welcome. Yeah, if you don't mind, we could clap for him because he's a very big man. He has achieved and inspired many people. He's here to witness the other generation of leaders take it up. Thank you so much, and you're welcome. Before I forget, when I was the 33rd Deputy Guild Speaker, he was Chief Fresher in the House. So he has grown through those levels, and here he is, Guild Speaker. Nice to meet you, and please take it up.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for him. He's a very intriguing gentleman. Thank you. He invited me and he introduced me very well as the 35th Guild Speaker. And I'd also like to introduce myself as a 33rd Chief Fresher and also a 32nd GRC Secretary of Halls of Residence. Yeah, and a 35th GRC of Pharmacy. So I've really served the Guild constantly. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now is the moment that we have all been anticipating, that many of us that came for, and that is none other than the handover of power. It is an exciting moment, probably for the outgoing Guild President, but also exciting for the incoming and probably a little bit scary. Because the weight that is about to befall the shoulders of the young man is quite heavy, but he has to take it on nevertheless. So ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would like to invite the outgoing Guild President once again to come and officially Yes, the new speakers, the outgoing speaker has reminded me of the things I told him last year. that actually it has to be the incoming president swearing in first, of course, in the presence of the Vice Chancellor, as is in the Constitution, and then we shall have the handover after the swearing in. So if we may have the oaths. Yes. Thank you. Kindly come forward. A round of applause as the incoming Guild President comes up front. Yes, you can actually give him a standing ovation, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I request the Vice Chancellor and the Dean of Students and the University Secretary, please to come and stand with, and also the Academic Registrar, kindly, to come and stand with the new Guild President as he takes oath.
Current Masterians, at this moment, the newly elected Guild President is going to be sworn in as the next Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild. And the swearing in oath that he's going to speak, or that he's going to take, it's not that we made it, but it is in the Constitution, the 2023 Students Guild Amended Constitution. That's where he's getting it from. Mr. Lake Wabutulumba, before I call you Your Excellency, for swear in.
I, Ariholaki Wabutulumba, swear that I shall discharge my duties as the 37th Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology
Students Guild with all honesty to the best of my ability, abiding fully by the Constitution, so help me God.
Galmasterians, as the Guild President is saying, congratulations, Your Excellency, Lake Wabutulumba Ariho, for being sworn in as the next Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And it is always mandatory that after the Guild President has sworn in, but I will request that this happens after your handover. You need to take the seat that the emeritus is using. That comes after handover. Yes. So, no. We are still on the swearing in. So it's not only the Guild President that is swearing in. However, we have other leaders that are being swearing in today. They will be followed by the Sports Union Executive, led by their chairperson, Finance General Secretary. The sixth position of the Sports Union Executive, you can come forward, stand here. Then they will be followed by the 37th Guild Council. But as for you, you will just stand behind with your Bibles and your oath. You stand behind, you all stand up when the time comes. Then next will be the Sports Union Council. You also stand behind from the places where you'll be seated. Yes, Madam Vice Chancellor, this is the Chairperson of Sports Union elect. Is the Finance, she's the General Secretary. Is the Publicity Secretary, is the Technical Advisor. Yes? Is there anyone who is missing? Yes? Who is that? Equipment Secretary is not available. They will be led by the chairperson.
I, Agawa Stewart, swear that I shall discharge my duties as the 37th chairperson of the Sports and Games Union of Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild with all honesty and to the best of my ability, abiding fully by the Constitution. So help me God.
Okay, congratulations. Gallant Masterians receive the 37th Sports Union Executive. Up next will be the swearing in of the 37th Guild Council. You can all stand up, the duly elected and ready to be sworn in GRCs and GRC secretaries. Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild, you can stand up. Then I'll request to have the quickest people, only two, to come and stand here. The quickest 5. Yeah, we are done. These ones are enough. Meanwhile, you carry your Bible with your right hand and then the oath. as one of us will be leading us in the swearing in.
I, Natulinda Penlop, swear that I shall discharge my duties as the 37th GRCP staff of Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild with honesty and to the best of my ability, abiding fully by the Constitution, so help me God.
Congratulations to the newly sworn in GRCs, Guild Representative Councillors of different courses and areas of residence, commonly used as constituencies, and we hope for the best in your term of office. Up next is the Sports Union Council, the captains and the elected representatives. You can also stand up from where you are and swear in. Yes, of course, the executive, even though you've sworn in as the executive, you're also part of the council. So you need to swear in. At least, can I have one person come here? This one who is near. No, this is the Sports Union Council.
I, Ahumza Cynthia, swear that I shall discharge my duties as the faculty representative of business of Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild with all honesty and to the best of my ability, abiding fully by the Constitution, so help me God.
Yeah, congratulations, the Sports Union Council. The Guild Cabinet would also be swearing in, however, constitutionally it was changed. They are sworn in the first GRC meeting where the Guild President-elect appoints them into their respective leadership positions. But nevertheless, I also don't want to leave this podium without handshaking my incoming Guild Speaker. Right Honorable Elvis, please. Handing over to you yet. I still need to be putting on this gown. Congratulations, Right Honorable Elvis. Tomorrow I will officially give you your tools of power. Yes, the Deputy Speaker is not, the 36th Deputy Speaker is off for academic duties. He has a pressment in Kasese. That's why he's not here. And he sends his apologies and he congratulates the Deputy Speaker-elect. He's here with us. As I earlier said, he's over there. To the Guild President-elect, tomorrow we are all very much eager and we want to see the cabinet. Yes. Mr. Jonathan takes over.
It's a round of applause to the 36th Guild Speaker for performing the swearing in as should be in a constitution. Yes, you realize that members, GRCs, incoming and outgoing, will continue to remind you to read the constitution to that dot, because this will guide you. You cannot swear to, as you saw in the swearing in document, you are swearing to abide by the constitution of the guild. So you cannot swear to a document that you do not fully understand, or else it will be held against you. So kindly read the constitution so that you know what goes on and how things are done in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. And right about now, I would like to invite the 36th Guild President of MUST to officially hand over power to the 37th Guild President of MUST, after which the 37th Guild President of MUST shall invite whichever people that will support him on this cause and also give his acceptance speech. Thank you.
I'd like to invite the Vice Chancellor once again, please. No, you can actually take.
Can we remove it? Okay, they are suggesting that we use this because of the running behind. So we can use it.
We must simply hand it over. If you hand over from under the table.
I, Kihumuro. I, Kihumuro, Arinda Daisy, the 36th outgoing group president, hereby affirm that the file and all other group property for which my executive and I have been in charge are correct and up to date in each and every portfolio handed over to the incoming group president, and congratulations, Your Excellency.
We are not having the speech before handover gets done. Sports Union Executive, led by your chairperson, also needs to hand over. The chairperson, Sports Union elect, and the outgoing, you can come in front, represent the rest, and hand over the tools of power. Then meanwhile, the GRCs who are here with their files and would want to hand over to the respective 37 GRCs, you can also be doing that in a meanwhile. Yes, we have GRCs that would want to hand over. Of course, you have to hand over the outgoing GRCs, and you're here with your file, we want to hand over. Well, let the moderator take us to the next agenda.
Yes, thank you so much, the 36th Guild Speaker. Right about now, we are going to proceed to the moment that defines what the gentlemen that have been cheering in the crowd call the Rauturumba government. So ladies and gentlemen, once more, allow me to invite the 37th Guild President to give his acceptance speech. Thank you.
True leadership, a winning goal, a student's right, so a losing Z, a losing Z, Ra, Cha, Ah, Hello. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, the outgoing guild speaker.
Thank you so much, everyone in this room. A good evening to all of us. My name is Ariho Laki Rabuturumba, and by God's grace,
I am the 37th Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Allow me to start by thanking the Almighty God who has brought us to this occasion and protected us, kept our lives, and kept us, and brought us together in this very moment, because like many have said, very many leaders failed to reach this moment. So allow me and to call upon all of you to join me in thanking the Almighty God for the lives He has given us. All protocol observed. Our administration, led by the Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellors, I think all of them in absentia, our University Secretary, the University Bursar, the Academic Registrar, the Dean of Students Office, including the Dean of Students and the Deputy Dean of Students, and all the other administrators, including the Chief HR Officer, Senior Estates Officer, and Procurement Officer. In your different capacities, allow me to recognize you and thank you for coming here. Allow me to start by appreciating the Electoral Commission for successfully
organizing an election that brought in a leadership that is not only ready and here to work, but also brave and here to advocate for the students, the very common last student of this university, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Allow me in a very special way to appreciate the election tribunal headed by the Dean of Students for taking full control of that process where there were a lot of uncertainties. One of them was the delay of this very ceremony that we are in, but allow me to thank them for taking full control, taking a right decision, and ensuring that the leadership that mass students had chosen, the true leadership that mass students had voted for in the ballot, is upheld, and that is the leadership under Ariholaki Rauturumba. They were faced with a tough situation, and that is a petition. I would also, by the way, like to thank my single opponent. I think this was the only election in the history of mass to have only 2 opponents. Allow me to thank my opponent for filing that petition and making sure that some of the irregularities and some of the missing gaps in the mass electoral process are seen and observed, and also appreciate him for participating in this election. Thank you so much. Yes, allow me to also appreciate the students, the entire student community of Mbarara University of Science and Technology for coming out with a voice and voting, exercising their constitutional rights as students of MUST, and voting a true leader in me. and also voting the very capable members of the 37th Guild House. Thank you so much to the mass community. Thank you so much to the 37th Guild House members for coming up and showing that you are capable and you can be leaders. And I hope and I believe that we are going to work together to make sure that we deliver the best for students of MUST and the entire student community at large. In fact, not just the student community, but also the communities where we live in. Because at the end of the day, these are the communities that we engage in on a daily. We understand that if, for example, insecurity issues are in Katete, they are not only affecting the student community, but rather the entire community at large. So you leaders need to understand that you're not only representing and leading the student community, but rather the entire community, all the communities where you live, including the very lecturers that lecture us, and sometimes including our very own administrators. I believe sometimes they're also oppressed, but they're unable to come up and maybe voice their oppression. So allow me to appreciate you for coming up and becoming leaders. Yes, thank you so much, the 37th Guild House. Next, I will appreciate, I see one missing person. I will appreciate, let me wait for them to come. I will appreciate the invited guests, one of whom was the guild president of BSU, but he has just departed because of other commitments. But all the invited guests, thank you so much for coming. Allow me to also inform the House, or everyone in attendance here, that I was told and requested to probably invite a guest of honor, and allow me to recognize my guests of honor today, and that is my family, seated right in front of me. Colleagues, allow me to tell you a small short story. That while many of us students, before we take on some decisions like standing for guild president at an institution of higher learning, before we make those decisions, we first go home, consult, bench with our parents, and request them to allow us to stand. Allow me to inform you that in my very stubborn nature, I made the decision first, and then went home and told my parents, you know what? I am standing for guild presidents, and I am here for your blessing. Whether you want to give me the blessing or not, I am going to run this race. Whether you want to give me the funding or not, I am going to run for guild president, because the students of Mbarara University of Science and Technology need the leadership that I believe I am bringing on board. And to my amazement, they gave me their blessing, they prayed for me. I think gave me transport to send me back to campus, and I came and joined the race, and here I am. Thank you so much. I will thank the Lord that they have come to witness. Some parents would say, you man, talk true. We have cut you from the family, but they gave me their blessing, and I thank them for that. Maybe a small story on that. When I approached some of my relatives and my family members for support in this race, many of them very much hesitated, and you would approach someone expecting a 1M and they send you 20K, and that did not give me any loss of hope, because some of us come from families which do not believe in leadership, which do not believe in ambition, which do not believe in politics per se. But they gave me their blessing, irrespective of the fact that we are humble people from very humble backgrounds, and they could not maybe shoulder me. And on that very special note, allow me to thank in a very special way Mbarara 21. I joined this race without a single coin. My classmates were like, you man, have some 2M, start from there. And I thank them in a very, very, very special way.
If you have people who believe in you the same way MBR 21 believed in me, then you can make it in life, you can do everything that you want to achieve. I tell you these things because I want to again make it a point and very clear that I am a man with a very humble background, and I am here to fight for the same people, many students in MAST who have humble backgrounds like mine, and maybe their voices have not been taken and reached out there. I am not about to become more proud than I am. In fact, these more titles that come to me do all but humble me. I will remain as humble as I am now, but humble in person. But when it comes to fighting and advocating for the students' rights, I believe and I promise I won't be humble. Yes, allow me to appreciate the different teams that helped me in running this race. That my very special core team, I am not going to call them here because of political differences and political scares. I do not want to put their life in danger. So my core team, my very, very core team, a group of 5 people, thank you for wherever you are. You did a great job. The different core teams, the bigger core teams, thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much for believing in our vision. And thank you so much for standing with me where we had a lot of challenges, a lot of limitations. You showed me and the student community of MAST that a dream and a mission and a vision is enough to actually go somewhere. Someone once said that change starts in small places and small spaces, and my entire campaign trail was proof of that. I thank you so much to the entire team, to my supporters. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for being there. And thank you for defending me. Thank you for supporting me. I will not stop thanking you. Moving on, I will not waste a lot of time, so let me just go straight to what we hope to achieve in office and the dreams and the future that we hope for our great university. Our leadership under the Rwabuturumba government is going to be based on accountability, feedback, advocacy for student welfare, empowerment of students and their leaders, and advocacy for students' rights. This includes advocating for fair policies. This includes demanding for better welfare as students, because this is a journey, I tell you, that I will not run alone. True, I will be the bridge between the administration and the student body, but it is the student body that is going to be sending me with some of these questions, and I will deliver. I promise I will deliver to our administration. Our leadership is going to be based on collaboration and dialogue. Principally and very importantly, I would like to inform our dear administration that I am here to collaborate with you. I am here to work with you. I am here to dialogue. Thankfully, I have interacted with most of our management and administrators on different occasions. I started interacting with Madame Maureen before I joined the university, calling her to book a place in James Flat Town campus. And we have been in touch several occasions. I have been the GRC James Flat, so definitely I have been engaging with the estates office, though we have a new person in office now. Nice to meet you, sir. The Dean of Students Office, the University Secretary's Office, we have met, before I won this race, we met on the issue of living out allowance, delayed living out allowances, and he explained, I know he does not remember that occasion, but I was there, sir. And he tried to explain some of these different mechanisms that money goes through. And he was the first person to break it to me that they are working on the increment of living out allowance for government students. I thank the administration for that particular advocacy. Thank you so much. Our dear academic registrar, I have been a class president since my year 1, and I was once in the leadership of the class presidents forum. I was their treasurer. She supported us on some events. Though she does not remember me from that time, I think she was mostly in touch with our president by then. But we had a good run in office, and on that note, by the way, very particular note, I want to inform and promise all presidents, class presidents in this room, that finally what we have been looking for in a very long time, and I would like the Dean of Students Office, who are our patron, to support me in this cause. My leadership is going to facilitate class presidents. And so besides collaboration with the administrators, we are going to look for a lot of collaboration with different stakeholders outside the university. I know our administration is a very experienced administration. These are very connected people, and I request you to help us and connect us to those very many different organizations and stakeholders that you know, so that we do not only depend on the students' guild funds, but also try and collaborate with the different stakeholders out there to see that we try and deliver for the students of this university. So I request the administration to work with us in seeking those partnerships, those different partnerships. If we bring a partnership to you as the top management, as the administration, we request that we give them your blessings. We request that you allow us to also go out and partner with these different stakeholders. I promise my 37th Guild House that we are not going to just represent the students of MUST. We are going to lead. We are going to work for MUST. And allow me on that note to remind you that you are in office now, but it will be only for 1 year. After that 1 year, students will ask, what have you done? Like they have asked me in my campaign. What have you done for MUST in your leadership? So please make sure that before you leave that office, you have something, at least one thing, to your name that you have done for your constituents. Besides collaboration and dialogue, our leadership is going to be based on active advocacy. And this is where I call upon the student community to always bring out the issues that are affecting us. Inform our leaders first, the GRCs. Let the GRCs bring the issues to the House. Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of money to run as many guild sittings as we want. If need be, we would run probably 10 guild sittings so that all the issues of students of MUST are brought to the table. So we are going to introduce a feedback and reporting system where our GRCs are going to be required to produce monthly or at least quarterly reports for the time that they are in office, so that these reports are compiled. And while I represent the student community up there in the University Council, in Senate and all, I have clear evidence of the issues affecting my students. So please, when we call upon you to make those reports from your constituencies, please respond and give us those reports so that we have clear evidence as we represent you. We are going to empower association leaders and work with them to ensure, because at the end of the day, I will stress it again, the leaders who actually engage with students on a daily are class presidents and maybe association leaders. If we do not have these leaders empowered, and if we do not have their views represented, then we are not doing enough as a guild leadership. So I promise you that we are going to work on that. We are going to work with them closely to ensure that many of these things that have failed to kick off have finally take on and be done. I'll go to some of the issues that have been left behind by the outgoing leadership and have been mentioned here. Because we understand and I recognize that we have a lot of issues as a student community. I am not going to mention all of them here. We shall have them in those reports that I have requested for. But the science faculty leaking roof, I know this is a renovation problem. We understand our university, of course, is a public university. We can only do things when the funds are availed. So in that, I request the administration to actively look at these problems, these challenges, the estate office, and try to make as many renovations as possibly can be done. On that matter, I will point out the issue that was recently going very viral in the news. Thankfully, our administration actually kick-started a campaign to go and try to seek funds for this, and that is the Faculty of Medicine at Town Campus being threatened to be closed. I thank the administration for taking quick steps to try and secure funding for the renovation of some of these structures. I have been informed in some rumors that there is some big development coming up. I will not disclose what I don't know. I don't want to be crucified by words that are not mine. Allow me to now also mention that I am a sexual and reproductive health rights advocate, and it saddens me that in the university that was the first to come up with an anti-sexual harassment policy, we still have a number of sexual harassment and sexual abuse cases. And I promise you that we are going to work tooth and nail to make sure that Mbarara University is a sexual harassment-free environment for everyone, especially the students. Allow me to also point out that mental health challenges have become quite a challenge of recent. We have a number of students facing depression, stress, and a number of mental health challenges, and many of them have been ignored. We have one university counselor who sits in town campus. I do not know whether Kihumuro campus has a university counselor. And also, yesterday actually, someone pointed it out to me that the only university counselor we have is male, and some females have very unique challenges that they would wish to only be listened to by a female counselor. So I would like to request our Dean of Students Office and also to inform that we are going to work with you very closely to first of all sensitize the mass community that we have counseling services in place, and also to try and make them more accessible to the student community by probably having a university counselor at Kihumuro campus as well. The issues are many, but one thing I cannot leave this place without pointing out is that we are less than 2 weeks away from our examinations, and I would like to request the AR's office to make it possible for students who have paid 80% of their tuition to register for their examinations and complete their tuition in future. This is a request I am personally making, but it's not just my own request. I promised this to students during my campaigns, but it has actually been brought to my attention by a number of students. In that same accord, I also request the university administration to, in future, maybe allow us as a guild to put up a trust fund to give students who have overwhelming tuition challenges some money as soft loans, but in collaboration with the Dean of Students Office, so that they are recorded and these people get to pay back the money before they graduate. The Deputy Dean of Students has smiled, which means she has agreed to the idea. In that matter, I would also request the House, in the presence of our administration, to allow us to include maybe a GRC for private students and a GRC for government students as well. These positions are meant to actually bring specifically challenges affecting these specific people. For private students, tuition challenges, and for public students, living out allowance challenges. Then, one last thing. Before I leave our dear academic registrar, allow me to say something small about HEC students. I understand the program has been brought to a halt, but we have at least a cohort now. I understand the protocol and the steps that results go through to be approved, and it's quite a challenge and it's a big thing to ask for the results of HEC students to be released as early as possible, so that they can, yes, so that they can go and look for admission places in other universities if they cannot be accommodated in our university. And then finally, allow me to request the university administration to work with us and restore the Kihumuro bus. I respect that they have actually acknowledged that the Kihumuro environment, first of all, does not have a lot of accommodation provisions. Secondly, where the accommodation provisions are, that is mile 3 and mile 4, the road between those residential places and the university campus is very narrow and quite dangerous for students to walk on each and every day. So, allow me to request the administration that if the university bus cannot be availed for this service to be given to the students, then join us in looking and seeking a partnership with global coaches, like it has been done before in the past. Join us in seeking a partnership with global coaches to provide affordable transport means to students of Kihumuro campus as they are coming to the university campus in the morning and in the afternoon. The issues that we face, the challenges that we have are many, and I cannot say them all here. But allow me to conclude by saying that, ladies and gentlemen, when you play the Game of Thrones, you either win or you lose. And the mere fact that I am here today is a testament to my victory. Everybody asked me the question, and I know they wonder and thought maybe I'd wild out. Many opponents came into the race and actually dropped out, leaving out only the 2 of us. Everybody wanted to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know. Succeed we must, for God and my country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the people that are cheering Guild President. At this juncture, I'd like to request His Excellency Lucky to kindly, before you go, take a picture with your family. Yeah, we would like to request that you come up front and take a picture. Since you're here to honor the event, I know we are out of time. We are 37 minutes past the working time, and we've heard from the different speeches, people talking about the administration. And I believe it's about time that we listen to who the administration is. and maybe what they have to say from what they have witnessed today, and also share with us the knowledge that they have in terms of leadership, because these are people that have held leadership positions before in the past and current times, and we believe they're a big fountain of knowledge. Yes, a round of applause for our parents. Thank you so much for supporting our guild president and for coming through to witness this big ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any more minutes, join hands with me to welcome Mr. Chagawa Emmanuel, the Dean of Students of Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
Thank you very much. Former speaker and still currently very active in master business. The Vice Chancellor, Mbarara University of Science and Technology, my colleagues, members of top management and members of staff, the parents and family of the incoming guild president, the incoming guild president and the executive yet to be declared, the outgoing executive led by Linda, Daisy, Kanchiruho. I said Linda because Linda can also be Englishized to Linda. The incoming sports council led by Stewart, the outgoing sports council led by Mr. I prefer to call him Mr. Opungu. That is easier for me because I find it quite a nice name. All participants at this function, ladies and gentlemen, in a special way, I also recognize the former students from Mbarara University who have still kept the university at heart. If my eyes are not betraying me, I seem to be seeing Sankara in the audience. Am I right? Yeah. I think Sankara presented himself at one time as also a presidential aspirant, and he was an active student leader. So, Madam Vice Chancellor, you can see the students of MUST don't only call themselves an alumni, or they always identify with activities of MUST. And we always appreciate them for that. You can see we have got a number of previous student leaders still in charge as speakers, as guild presidents. I see one of our former guild presidents who has taken on different titles. Dr. What's your title? Your rank? Can you educate me about your rank now? Come again? Captain? Yeah, he's a medical doctor and a captain of the UPDF. So that's how diversifying Mbarara University community is becoming. Now, I want really in a special way to thank and appreciate members of top management for finding time to come and join us this evening. I can see the representation is very good. And on the same note, I want to thank the outgoing guild president for your speech. I want to thank the outgoing chairperson of the sports union for your speech. Many times when I am discussing with my colleagues and my supervisors about coordinating student services, especially guild services. It becomes a mouthful to explain what the guild services are. Now, from the activities of these leaders, you can see how broad guild services can be defined. They may not necessarily have even exhausted all the activities, but at least they tried as much as possible to present to us what they do on a day-to-day basis. I thank you for making my job very easy today. I want to thank and appreciate the outgoing regime. This is a very unique leader. She is straightforward. She will say to you right in the face with a very soft voice, but very firm. And it is one character that many leaders are lacking. They only want to tell some people what they think they need to hear. You don't get it from Daisy. Whether you like it or not, she has given you her views, and she's willing to defend it, and she's also willing to listen to you. So that's the quality of leadership that we hope will benefit this country going forward. I also want to appreciate her. She had the second runner-up in her contest, was also brought on board to work with her on the same cabinet. And she went ahead to support his candidacy for the presidency of the Uganda National Students Association, and actually made sure that he won. The support that you gave, indicating that she is looking more at Mbarara University than actually herself. And therefore, this should be also a very big lesson to the incoming regime that you need to look more at Mbarara University ahead of what your aspirations are. Now, the incoming regime, you have brought up a very good summary of what your manifesto has been. You have also given yourself a very big task. We are now towards the tail end of the budget cycle, and you have made a few pledges that are to do with the budget and finances. We shall support all your good ideas. And mark my word, we shall support all your good ideas. Especially when it comes to supporting those who support the function of the student activities, especially the class presidents. You did request that you need our support. Please, let's begin tomorrow. We are ready to give you the support that you need for both the class presidents and the associations. I like that pledge. It has been quite on our minds. It is the same issue that was raised when the class presidents met the Vice Chancellor way back in November. So it is still on agenda, and you are now making our problem less by one. Thank you very much. I want also to thank the outgoing speaker and the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mr. Amutuhire Promise. It hasn't been an easy assignment, but like we shared, all is well that ends well. I can see the end has been, so far, very good. I want to thank the candidates, the other candidate, Mr. Henry Sebiatika. Mr. Henry Sebiatika, kind of stand up for recognition. Mr. Sebiatika is not a bad loser. Some people, when they lose an election, they really don't even want to appear anywhere. So Mr. Sebiatika, for having come to celebrate the win of the person we contested with is one of those signs of maturity in politics. That you are willing to celebrate with your opponent is something that possibly many people should yet learn from. We also want to thank you as management for having raised the pertinent issues that you raised in the management of student elections going forward. Mr. Gabo Turumba, and your allow me to call you Mr. Gabo Turumba because I was told by protocol that you don't actually add the title of His Excellency behind any other title other than the Fountain of Honor of the Republic of Uganda. So when I don't address you as His Excellency, it's because I'm trying to be a lawful citizen. Like Mr. Gabo Turumba alluded, yes, you did raise and raise the petition, but you did not necessarily overturn the result, but has helped management and administration to have administrative redress on a number of the issues that you raised. And we promise that we shall follow up the issues as raised so that we can have better and smooth elections in the future. I thank you. We have taken already a lot of time. I want to thank the sports union for transforming. Mr. Kungo has been a transformative leader. And when he was talking about his achievements, he wasn't just blowing his own trumpet. We can attest that a lot has been achieved. And therefore, on the same note, Stuart, you have a very big job cut out for you if you are going to push sports a notch ahead. Management is aware of the challenges that we are facing, but I can assure you, management is also putting in place some solutions to some of the existing problems. When you are settled in office, you can come and we draw the roadmap together. So on the general observations that came from this election, especially by some of the leaders, we are questioning the criteria for deciding nomination fees. The incoming lead president, the speaker, and the GRCs, the complaint was that nomination fees are being hiked each and every year. And some students are realizing that some good potential leaders are being left out because of prohibitive nomination fees. The question is, what should be the criteria for agreeing on the fees? If I may ask, how much did the presidential candidates pay this last election? How much did you pay? How much? Now, that is being regarded as being prohibitive, if it is true. That is regarded prohibitive, and I was approached by some student leaders that the GRC should be able to come up and give guidelines on what the nomination fees can be for the different categories. The exorbitant and commercialization of politics is actually forcing some candidates to go into external political organizations for support, even when they don't necessarily believe in some of their policies. So internally, we should avoid creating room for weaknesses. There was also mainly a concern that was raised, yes, by the outgoing guild president, not a concern, guidance. Whatever you need as student leaders, guild president, sports union, I have yet to see any guild regime that has survived on resources outside the establishment. In other words, I have not seen any political organization funding student activities in this university. So even when you use a political organization as a vessel to attain your goal, you must know that you are destined to work with management in executing your plans. Our resources are already identified. Our resources are limited. We already have budget ceilings. We can only work with you, with your new ideas, within the available resources. And that is something that you need to be able to be advised upon. The outgoing regime for both the guild presidency and the sports union have indicated that they have had some activities not accomplished. And this is mainly because your budget was based on estimates of the money to be collected. And the students are the ones to be paying this money. As of now, some students haven't paid guild fees. And therefore, you are not able to accomplish some of your activities because you did not accomplish, we did not manage to collect all the money as planned. But also, on the other hand, while management had advised on having budget ceilings to budget properly and work within, there was also some underhand pressure trying to insinuate that the students weren't allowed to spend the money. Now, when we are looking at the returns with the internal auditor, we have to realize that the students spent all their money. And I'm not worried, the internal auditor can share the report on the money that was received and the money that you spent. So the incoming regime should rest assured that the outgoing regime never misappropriated any money, even when they did not accomplish some of the activities. But we need to be more realistic when we are doing our work plans, because we need to make sure that by the end of May, you have made your budget estimates discussed by management and discussed by the relevant organs of the University Council, so that we implement a budget that is fully approved through the processes. I know I have taken a lot of time, but I'm also one of the first people to have reported here. So the 1 hour that was delayed was also stolen from my time. Thank you for listening to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, another hand clap for our Dean of Students. Yeah, and I hope the outgoing guild president has actually said it over and over again, and I'll tell a small story from when I was guild speaker. There was a day we entered the dean's office at around midday with my guild president, and we left at around 6, having conversations. From time to time, we went out, of course, for lunch breaks and all, but we kept in conversation. So he's a man that likes to listen and converse and give advice, and I hope you make a resource out of him. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we are going to the part that many of us, especially into the regime, will be very interested in, especially the GRCs when they are telling you about resources and availability of money. The gentleman that usually finishes or completes
or sometimes solves most of the financial problems. A gentleman from which most of you would love to listen to, especially during the regime. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly join hands with me to welcome the University Secretary, Mr. Kihumuro Vincent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, moderator. Again, my name is Vincent Kihumuro, the University Secretary. I also stand on the protocol as observed by the other speakers. And I want to start by congratulating the new guild leadership for having endured the tough race and emerged victorious. Congratulations, our new guild president and your soon to be appointed cabinet. I also want to use the same opportunity to congratulate the outgoing regime led by Linda Daisek Kanchiriho. Thank you very much for the job well done and for a better ending of your regime. Daisy has spoken about quite a number of achievements together with her cabinet, and I will not go back to highlight all of them, but the hallmark of her regime has been collaboration and advocacy for students' issues. And like the Dean of Students here has said, you can only listen to her. And then you'll have to offer a solution as an administrator. I want to thank you for that engaging attitude with administrators, with governance, and with your fellow guild cabinet and the students. I have realized that when you're in that position, it's a very tricky balance. You have students who are agitating for their rights, but also you live on the other side with administration and governance, and you understand rightly why some of the issues are not being taken care of, at least or in the time that you want them taken care of. So it's been a delicate balance, but the 1 year you have been in office, we have not had major student challenges, and I congratulate you and the team and thank you for delivering on that. I also want to thank your speaker, Promise. The entire team has been so consultative, and when you make consultations as a student government, your life becomes easy, because most of the things you want done can only be done by management. If management can't handle them, they're escalated to council, and you're right sure that at that level you'll get a decision. But that can only be achieved through a collaborative approach. As an accounting officer, administration. And I want to empower the new government, specifically the guild, to always reach out. If you have any issue that can be resolved through administrative means, I can easily reach the human resource, finance, audit, all the administrative arms of the institution. So my office certainly will be handy. for you if we collaborate in handling most of those issues. But importantly to note is that the starting point is always going to be the Dean of Students office. I want to congratulate you again. I've had a conversation with you previously and your Prime Minister, the incoming Speaker. Yes, and I have pledged my support. I want to support your government for the benefit of your delivery on the promises you have made, but also for the benefit of the institution of MUST at large. Like I told you, the bar has been high, but I'm sure you will measure up and deliver beyond that. And only if we collaborate and dialogue on many of the issues that you'll be putting forward. As a guild president, you become a member of council, and when you become a member of council, it's the highest governing body in this institution. Expect that the decorum will change. You have to carry yourself as a council member of this institution, and you'll be required to behave as so. Yeah, I play secretariat role to council. I'm a secretary of the University Council, and it's important that I give you this message on the day of your swearing in. You'll be sworn in as a council member representing students. And in the same spirit, decisions made in council will have your input, and therefore you'll be bound by the same decisions. And so when we're out of council and we cannot give you what you want, you're part of that decision. That's what it means. You'll be serving on many other committees, as the Daisy has indicated, and it's majorly for the benefit of the students' community and issues that affect students getting to the highest level of governance. I have listened to your programs, to your dreams. You talked about accountability, feedback, advocacy, fair policies, welfare, and you pledged to act as a bridge between students and the management. And you promised to do all this through collaboration and dialogue. And I can assure you that if you stick to collaboration and dialogue, this will be achieved. As guild, you run your own account, and I think this is one of the big achievements this government made. Previously, we were struggling a lot financing guild activities, but with the opening of the guild collection account, fees collection account, life was made easy for all of us. So you'll be required to come up with a budget and a work plan, and all your activities through the year will go as per your plan and your budget estimates. And as you execute your activities, you also be required to account for the funds that are released to you to engage in your planned activities. And so as a new government, you will need training. The guild funds have guidelines that manage them, and these guidelines were approved by top management all through to council, and so we must adhere to them. I know it's going to be a new textbook for you, but you need to make time with your key government appointees like your Minister for Finance and all those involved in the requisitioning of funds and accounting for them. You'll make time with the bursar's office. You'll get the support in terms of training and preparation of these budgets and the work plans for better execution of your mandate as a government. So you also must interest yourself in understanding how management works, how governance works, and also how we relate with other institutions outside that support the university. You recall in a meeting where I was trying to take you through how living out allowance for government students work. We realized that at some point we had done all we could as a university and we could not move, and students did not have money yet. And so you need to appreciate some of these processes and you pass on the same message to your fellow students for the sake of calmness and harmony within the institution. Importantly also, the university has a number of policies, and as you juggle between being a student and administrator, you must serve all these policies to the dot. I've listened into some of your pleas, and I note that some of them are actually strictly governed by policy, particularly the school fees policy, the tuition fees policy. I will not go into the detail, but that's what it is. The number of issues that we have also talked about regarding faculty of science, we talked of a leaking roof. Some of these major concerns have been raised by the outgoing government, and we have been making preparations to take care of them. And I want to give you that assurance that our renovation budget has been significantly improved, and we want to ensure that students live in a much better improved environment. This certainly cannot happen in just one day. Again, we have to appreciate the processes that we have to go through to arrive at certain results. And so this information is available with us, and you can always reach out to us and we discuss all these issues in detail, and you give good feedback. Where there's progress, you report on that. Where we're getting hiccups, you also understand why we're getting such hiccups. I want to end it here by congratulating you again, and also congratulating your parents for giving us a president, and thanking the entire MAST community for making time and coming up to witness this important function of our university calendar. I thank you very much. I thank you very much, Dean. It's been a tedious exercise, but we have come to a very positive conclusion of the same. Thank you very much. I want to take the same opportunity to invite our Vice Chancellor Professor Pauline Piachika Chibwika, and also to give her remarks to the new guild, the outgoing guild, and the congregation here at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our University Secretary, Vincent Kwatampora. All protocol observed. Good evening, everyone. I want to start by thanking members of top management who are here. Please stand up for recognition, members of top management. Some have left, and some are still in the room. I hope you all know them. We have Mr. Agre Amanyabiona, who is in charge of procurement. Please wave so that they can do. Okay. We have our chief, Prinari Behangana, who is in charge of human resource. We have the Basa, Felix Majezi, who is in charge of all the money and fees collection. Thank you, Martha. We have Geoffrey Mutebi, who is our internal auditor. We have Martha, who you all know, the mother, who is in charge of academic registration, all the academic registration functions, and who is also responsible for making us not collect all the tuition fees, as we have had, because of her motherly nature. Thank you, Martha. We have the University Secretary, who has just spoken, and we have the Dean of Students, Emmanuel Chagaba. Thank you very much for being here with us. I want to thank the outgoing Guild President, Daisy. Daisy, thank you very much. You've done a great job. You've done an excellent job. And I hope you put that on your CV. You have done an excellent job. Thank you very much. I can only summarize it that way. You and your team have been an excellent Guild Council, and I want to congratulate you upon that achievement. And we wish you the best in your next steps. Together with the whole council, I don't know where Promit has disappeared to. Yes, thank you for the work that you have done. When I came here for the first time, Promise ushered me in. Thank you for ushering me in. And the 6 months that we have worked together with your council, you have done a great job. We truly appreciate. I want to congratulate Your Excellency, Lucky Ariho Rabturumba. Your name is very interesting, and I hope I have learned to pronounce it. Congratulations. With your whole executive committee, guild committee, congratulations. And we look forward to working with you. I want to thank the students for having worked very well with Daisy and her team. You could have chosen to give her a difficult time, but I didn't hear that. So I want to thank you for having worked very well with her and giving her very good cooperation to help her sail through. Without that cooperation, I don't think you'd have sailed through. So thank you. Clap for yourselves. Yes, so as I begin to say what I have to say, most of it has been said actually. So I won't take too long, and I know you're also tired, hungry. I am also hungry and tired after a long day, so I will not say too long. Daisy gave an excellent speech. Thank you for that excellent speech. It was more of mentorship for the incoming leaders, and I hope that you listened very carefully. Lucky. She mentored you, and I hope that you continue to seek mentorship from her. She has learned a lot through the 1 year that she has served. She has a lot of experience. Please continue to seek mentorship from her. The Dean of Students, thank you very much for mentoring our students. I know you work with them very closely, together with your deputy, Maureen. Thank you for mentoring the students, and please keep it up. Mentor the incoming council so that we don't get any hiccups. So having said that, I want to start by requesting all of you and requesting Lucky to inculcate the spirit and culture of timekeeping. I think it is still lacking amongst our students. As the guild president, I hope that you're going to lead by example in terms of timekeeping. On Saturday, the Association of Namilyango Namagunga Students Association. Is there a chairman here? Oh, you're the one. Please come here. They invited me to a dinner. And the card said, come at 6 p.m. I said, let me give the students time to settle in. I will not appear at 6 p.m. I usually like to keep time. I really wanted to come at 6 p.m., but I decided to stay behind and give them time to settle in and come when they have really, settled down. So I arrived at 8 p.m. And what did I find?
An empty room.
An empty room. And when I asked, what did you tell me?
Students are coming.
The students are coming. And in particular, he told me the girls are still dressing up. And he pointed where they were dressing up from. They were applying makeup. It was 8 p.m. So I decided to sit around, take a drink, and I waited. 8:10, 8:15, 8:30. I said, you know what? Have a good night. And that's where it ended. I hope you had a good time. So students, timekeeping is very, very important. And Lucky, I hope that you're going to introduce the culture of timekeeping. Thank you very much. As you take on this role, I just have a few words. First, it's a leadership role. A leader inspires. A leader motivates. When I heard you speak, you said, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for you. And I was worried. I said, so he's going to deliver a fight. But later on, when you came to elaborate on your manifesto, I was very happy because you later on said, I'm going to collaborate, I'm going to dialogue, I'm going to discuss. And that's the way to go. I hope you keep it up. Leadership requires a high degree of integrity. As you start your term, please ensure that you start off with a high sense of integrity and transparency and openness. As you come to us, the university management, come with openness, transparency, and integrity. When we discuss and dialogue, and you sit in our meetings, when you go back to the students, take back openness, transparency, and integrity. I hope you understand that one. Because you're going to be the bridge, as you rightly said, the bridge between us and the students. So these skills are very, very crucial. Otherwise, we shall have conflicts with the students. We shall not understand each other. Yet, we should work together. We are here because you're here. If you're not here, we wouldn't be here. So you're the reason we are here. We are here to serve you. And I request that you take that very seriously so that we can work together. Also, you're practicing for the future. If you look around the country, many previous guild presidents and guild leaders are in very responsible positions because of what they went through. They were nurtured in the earlier days. Daisy, I wish you the best. Lucky, I hope that you will take this leadership onwards. Nurture yourself right from here. If you nurture yourself very well, it will be seen in the future. If you play shortcuts, you're going to spoil your leadership future. So please take it on from the beginning. I also want to speak about service to the university community and service to MUST. You're here to help us serve you. You're here to serve the students, and I hope that this service is going to be a selfless service and a service that is dedicated to the good of everybody, taking into consideration how diverse the student population is, and taking into consideration principles of equity and fairness and inclusiveness. I want to speak about innovation. There are many things happening in our environment. There are many needs for money at MUST, yet the resource envelope is small. And yet we have to fit within that resource envelope. I liked the guidance that Daisy gave you. It is a fixed budget. However much you might demand, when the money is not there, we shall not be able to provide it. But if you come up with innovative solutions to fit within that budget, for that particular budget line, we shall be very happy. So innovation, innovation, and innovation to address the challenges that we face at MUST. I also want to stress the issue of teamwork and collaboration. Let's work together. We are not here to fight. We know that in institutions of higher learning, oftentimes there are disagreements and conflicts, there are strikes, and people do not live in harmony sometimes. Lucky, I want to promise you and to pledge that we'd like to live in harmony with you. We'd like to understand you and you to understand us. Okay? Let's work together to avoid conflict. Let's inculcate a spirit of teamwork and collaboration. As you take on this leadership, I also want to caution you that yes, you're leaders, you're going to lead this student population, but the primary objective you're here is to obtain your degree. To obtain your degree. We have seen students take on guild positions, including guild presidencies, and fail to complete their programs. Have you seen that? Have you heard about it? Yes. So as you take on, and you're doing you're enrolled for Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, I'm very happy because I followed the same path, but I didn't become a guild president. I know the program you're taking is extremely hectic. Extremely hectic. So, right from the start, I hope that you're going to be able to balance your responsibilities with the guild and your academic duties, as well as all the other student leaders. Let us learn to balance. Let us not lose out on the primary objective as to why we are enrolled at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. At the end of the day, the guest of honors would like to see you with that degree, not so? At the end of the day, they want to come here on graduation day and hear your name, Ariho Lucky Rabuturumba, and all right, you have heard, okay? Graduating with a degree of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. And we don't want you to stop there. Fortunately for him, the medical degree is not classified. So, but we do not want him to get low grade point averages, because that is going to affect your future prospects. We still want you to get between 4.5 and 5. Okay? As your CGPA. Yes, so having said that, I'm very proud of the achievements that the outgoing guild and the council has made. I listened to the sports union. The achievements are impressive. Thank you very much. I will not elaborate on them too much. We have also listened to the challenges that you're leaving behind for the next leaders. And we shall work together to sort some of these challenges. I will not go into details, speaking about one by one and each of them. But I want to speak about one particular one, the mental health challenge. Every meeting we sit in, Students' Welfare and Committee, this comes up. Students, we know you're a different generation from us, but try and think about why you're here. Think about the parents who have sent you here. If you're really hard up and you're in a difficult position, we are here to support you. Come and talk to us. Come and talk to the Dean of Students, the deputy here. Don't go and drown yourself in alcohol, in drugs, and in all kinds of substances. Because that is going to affect you now, it's going to affect your future. You may fail to get where you want to be. Apart from that, you may linger around for many days, but the quality of your life is going to be very poor. So I request that, Lucky, as you come in, find out what is happening. How big is the problem? What is the cause of this problem, the root cause? And let's work together to stop these problems. But I also want to encourage you to work out. Physical fitness. Working out is very good for the mind. If you've been in class the whole day, go and kick the ball in the evening. If you're stressed about something, you don't have money, you're stressed about tuition fees, you're sending messages to your parents, as you wait for them to respond, go and kick the ball. By the end of the football game, you're going to feel better. Instead of going to your room to cry, to get into a depression, to go take alcohol, go and work out. Participate in the sports activities that are offered around here. Lucky, I also wish to say that as Guild, I know you're doing a lot of activities, including sports, but I also like to see the Guild talk about additional activities. It hurts me so much to see that somebody, you're doing Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. After your degree, you go back to your parents' home and sit for 2 years waiting for an internship placement. That is very painful. Somebody has done a Bachelor of Biomedical Engineering, they finish, they go home and sit. Start to think outside the box. Concentrate on getting these very high scores and high CGPAs, but also think as Guild. How can we help ourselves as students for those added skills that will enable us graduate and also be able to start up something? Think outside the box. We are glad to have the Center of Innovation and Technology Transfer. I don't know if all of you know about it. Speak to them. What is there? What can be offered? How can they mentor you? You know? The other day we were in a meeting with the faculty, yesterday, with the faculty of interdisciplinary studies. And they indicated that they would like to start up a student learning center, something like that, a learning center, to provide these added skills. And I was very, very happy. Please work with them, find out what do they want to offer. So don't only concentrate on we and ra and what and ra. It's very interesting, but don't only stop on Rab Turumba. Oh yeah. Ask him, Rab Turumba, what else are you putting on table for us? Okay? And Lucky, I want to put that to you as a challenge. I'm glad that you're here. I think in one of the previous speeches, somebody spoke about examinations, and I think it was Daisy. I'm glad that the malpractice has reduced. Lucky, during your term of office, would like to see this wiped out. Talk about it. The disadvantages of participating in examination malpractice. You can imagine you're enrolled for a bachelor's in engineering, and you're in the 3rd year or 4th year, and you go into the exam room with copies of notes or with a phone, and you get discontinued. Can you imagine how painful that is? You're going to be discontinued. Basically, you'll have spent all the 4 years for nothing. So Lucky, please talk about that. Let us have that wiped out. The other operational things, renovation, sanitation, infrastructure challenges, we shall try to deal with them. We shall try to deal with them. We have some plans. Maybe it's not the time for us to speak about them, but since you're going to be sitting in our meetings, you'll learn more about them. Finally, I'm very glad that you're coming on board with a lot of energy. The energy in the room could be felt. You know, the vibration when you stood up to say, we rap turumba. The energy was really, really good energy. So I'm very glad that we are getting a very enthusiastic team to work with. Keep up the energy. The energy is good. The energy is good. And I encourage you to enjoy that energy while it lasts. Because at a certain time, when you get to Dean Chagaba's age, you will not enjoy that energy, okay? So enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy campus. Enjoy your university days. I have no doubt that I really enjoyed my university days. But enjoy responsibly, okay? Enjoy responsibly. Play, have all the vibe that you can have, but responsibly. Remember, you're here to attain that high-class degree, and you're here to keep your life intact. So I encourage you to keep the energy, and I'm very glad that you're full of energy, very enthusiastic about your mandate, and I'm very glad that we can work together. We also have energy, though lower than yours, so I'm very glad that we shall be able to work together. Let's not fight, but advocate and negotiate, okay? And dialogue. Finally, as I end, I want to give you all the blessings for your term as the guild. Take the blessings from me. I and my top management committee pledge to work very well with you to sort out any issues that you might have that are within our means as top management. Where we don't have the means, we shall tell you transparently. Where we cannot help, we shall refer you to where we can help. So we pledge that support, and we look forward to working very well with all of you. God bless you all in your term of office. For God and my country, succeed we must.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that hand clap was not enough for our Vice Chancellor. Thank you so much, our dear Vice Chancellor, for always blessing our events and for being here with us and for sharing with us that valuable knowledge. Yeah, and I would also like to take this opportunity to convey our apologies and say we do not take any pride in late coming. We do not take any pride in it, and it was under circumstances we could not avoid at that time. Yeah, but I believe the Rauturumba government, the Rauturumba government will bring a culture of coming early. I believe they will. We only have 2 last items on our agenda, as we can all see, and would like to go through them as quickly as possible. And the last item on our agenda is the awarding ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people in the building who have served relentlessly, and they deserve to be awarded for their service to the university. Yes, and we appreciate them so much. And this is the point of the ceremony where you clap the most, especially for the people that have worked the most. So kindly don't get tired of clapping, and give thanks and appreciate these people for the work that they have done. We are going to start with the DRCs, the Guild Representative Councillors, and you're going to award 1 per faculty. So the fastest to come to the front will receive their certificate. I would like to request, I don't know if we are sorry for tiring you, our dear Vice Chancellor. Yeah, but I'd like to request that you come in the front and kindly award. This is a time when some of us get the opportunity to shake the hands of the Vice Chancellor
For some of you who didn't get the opportunity, or who have never gotten the opportunity, yes. Yes, kindly. The Dean, the US. So we'll have a gentleman from the Faculty of Science. Faculty of Science, Kasumba Simon Peter, please come forward quickly. A round of applause for Kasumba Simon Peter. He has been the GRC of Science Faculty of HEC and DLT. Yes, thank you so much. Congratulations. We have the GRC of BSE, Sentungo Musin. Yes, Musin, kindly come up front quickly. Thank you so much. Yes, he's shocked. Yeah, but take this opportunity to have a picture and also shake the hand of the Vice Chancellor. We have the GRC of Bissau, Nkwanga Richard, kindly come up front very quickly. Nkwanga Richard is in the building. If he's not around, we'll have any GRC from the business faculty. Sorry, interdisciplinary, Bachelors of Science in Agriculture, Livelihood. Interdisciplinary. If they're not around, we'll have the one from business, that is Rubongoya Steven. Yes, Rubongoya Steven has also served as the president of the Procurement Association in the previous years. Yes, kindly receive your certificate. Yeah, you can shake the hands from this side. Continue. We have the GRC of Ginger. That is none other than Motiang Emmanuel Benson. He's not here. Then we'll have a representative from Ginger. If there is none, then we'll go to Noah Hussein, the GRC of Mulago. Any representative from Mulago? If there's none, Mulago, yes. Yes, the GRC of Mulago. The GRC Secretary, Livia. Silvia, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for blessing the event and for representing Mulago. We have the GRC of MLS, Medical Lab Science, Tendo B. I'm sure Tendo is in the building, well dressed in her party colors. Thank you so much for blessing the, I think it was the service as GRC of Medical Lab Science. We have the GRC of, as she comes, the GRC of BIT, that is none other than Nomwesigwa Frank. Kindly come up front very quickly. Nomwesigwa Frank, GRC BIT, representing the Faculty of Computing and Informatics. Yes, as we prepare the certificate for the GRC, did you have a GRC from first? Yes. Yes, let's have a GRC for first. A quick one. The one who is nearby to represent the faculty.
Any GRC from first that is here? Give them this one. Apart from there.
Let's have, yes, the hosts, our hosts of Kihumuro, Faculty of Applied Science Technology. Yes, okay, that Lady Fresher. Oh, the Chief Fresher, yes, the Chief Fresher. Mr. Jordan. Yes, the Chief Fresher also come up front and receive her certificate is not ready. Anyway, they're the other side. All certificates are ready, but for interest of time, we'll have you have an opportunity to shake the hands of the Vice Chancellor. And the Lady Fresher too, please. Thank you so much. Is she still around? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the next certificates go to our two and only participants in the last election, and the first one goes to none other than Mr. Sediatika Henry. A round of applause for Sediatika as he comes up front. Sediatika, thank you so much. The certificate reads Certificate of Participation. It's awarded to Sediatika as for having participated in the March 2025 Guild Presidential Elections. Thank you for your dedication and the exceptional demonstration of commitment to the democratic process of the students' leadership.
The next certificate for participation goes to, of course, the winner, who is none other than Mr. Ariho Lucky Rauturumba. His Excellency, I am sorry to our Dean of Students who warned me. I will not do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Bruno Kampuira, who was the Vice Chairperson of the EC Electoral Commission. Kindly, Bruno, come up front very quickly. Members of the EC, as you come forward, you know we are out of time. We welcome also Mr. Mbabazi Derek, who was the finance of the Electoral Commission. We welcome Mr. Nkonge Johnson. Johnson has served on the Electoral Commission. I think this was your second time. We'll also welcome Mr. MC Gorishawa Kevin. Yes, Kevin, thank you so much. Kevin is the gentleman in a blue shirt. Thank you so much for your service to the Electoral Commission. We shall welcome Mr. Namanya Ayevare Munanura. A round of applause for Munanura. Members, these guys did a lot of work. They spent sleepless nights trying to organize a fair and free election. Yes, that is a golden opportunity. Yes, a round of applause for him. Ladies and gentlemen, also welcome Miss Namara Sulaina, who served the Electoral Commission, and also Mbabazi Shefra, who was the advisor, the legal advisor for the Electoral Commission. Lastly but not least, the MVP, the chairperson, Mr. Amutuhaire Promise. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Those hand claps are not enough. Thank you, Amutuhaire Promise, Right Honorable Speaker, for organizing a very successful election. We're so glad and proud. And as we conclude, before you go, please, we're sorry. As we conclude, we'd like to award these beautiful accolades as you see them up front. Yeah, people who serve are meant to be awarded. Some of the people are not around, but I'll read the names very quickly. Right Honorable Sefuma Nicholas was the Deputy Guild Speaker, the 36th Guild Speaker, and he's off for academic duties. His Excellency Sewanyana Andrew was our Vice President. We appreciate him for his service. His Excellency Mugazu Wilson, but now Honorable, who is the current President of Uganda National Students Association, was our Finance Minister. We appreciate him so much. And would like to welcome Right Honorable Nishawa Wilbrod, who was the Prime Minister of the 36th government. Thank you so much, Wilbrod, for your service to Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Yes. Would like also, the Prime Minister did not work alone. He worked with the Guild Speaker who headed the GRC. Amutuhaire Promise, a round of applause for Amutuhaire Promise. Yes, Promise was our Guild Speaker. And last but not least, friends, if it was possible, would stand up and clap for this person. Her Excellency Daisy Kanchiriho Arinda. A round of applause for her. Yes, let's thank her, the very first president from Kihumuro, that she did well, she served well. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We are very, very grateful and honored. The last ones go to the administrators who have supported the guild, the Students Guild, and our legal advisor of the Mass Students Guild for the new GRSs. And for those who might not know, the legal advisor of the Student Guild is none other than Mr. Mugumya Timothy. Yes, the lawyer of the university. He's not around, but will deliver.
Yes, there are also accolades for each of the, okay. We'll also present the accolade. Oh, he has moved out. He was around. Mr. Magezi Felix, who is a university bursar. We appreciate him so much for supporting the students. We'd also like to award, there's also an accolade for Dr. Martha Twinamasiko, who is our academic registrar, and we appreciate her so much. Those of you who have been leaders know that she's such a mother to the leaders of the university and to the class presidents. Ladies and gentlemen, the next award goes to our father of the Guild Council, the Dean of Students. Thank you so much, Dean, for supporting the Students Guild. We are so grateful for your advice and your support in so very many ways. We thank you. The next award goes to the voice of the money. The ATM machine, Mr. Kwatambura. Listen, thank you so much for your support and for always advising the student leaders. We are grateful. Yes.
That's what you get when you give service. Yeah, thank you. And I believe that brings us the end of the awarding ceremony. The last part is, yes, a round of applause for everyone, please. The very last part of today's ceremony is a meal that we are going to share together, a small bite. That is the cake, as is a culture of all ceremonies. So we'd like to invite we apologize to our dear administrators for making this stand up and down over and over. But once again, I think we should bring that cake. Yes, we'd like to welcome the parents of Zaki, His Excellency, our Guild President. Yes, sir. Appreciate you all for staying with us and for being with us for this function. Congratulations to the new members, your call is back. So let's invite the outgoing president. Thank you, thank you. DJ, you ready with a congratulations song? Are you? I hope they are. And as we celebrate 37, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of our event. Thank you so much. It's our request the 36th Guild President come and